Oh, just. The other advantage of using the sprayer is I'm really clean.
Hello and welcome to our channel, Portugal on a shoestring.
Hello. We've been very fortunate that Vevor have agreed to send us a airless paint sprayer. Now we've got dozens and dozens of square meters of walls to paint over and over and over. Yeah, every room needs doing, the whole of the outside needs doing. So Vevor got in touch with us, asked if they could help us out with something, and I asked them if they could send this. They were made up to be able to help us. So yeah, it's a 750 watt airless paint sprayer, and yeah, we're going to unbox it, have a quick look at it, and then we'll take it off and we'll paint the boiler room, because that's the next one to be done. So let's get this opened. Okay, so in the box we've got a bag with the instruction manual and a couple of spanners for connecting the hoses. That's handy. I've got spanners, but it's always handy if it's with the kit. We've got a little box with, what's this? The spray gun. I do have some experience with automotive spraying, so I'm hoping it's going to be similar. But we've got a gun with a few washers and a spare filter by the looks of it. We got the hose. Now this is 7.5 meters of hose, I believe, and an extension piece for doing sealings and things like that, so you're not straining yourself, you reach further. We will be using that because we've got a ceiling to do and we've got walls. So anyway, right, main unit. Oh, there we go. So, first impression, feels very solid. It's that's metal cover there, waterproof switch on the top, so if you've got wet hands you're alright. That's the connector for this hose. You've got controls for the high spray, low spray and prime and clean. I believe this one is for spray and prime. So yeah, basically to prime it, you put the pipe in a bucket of paint and it sucks the paint up into the pump before you start spraying, so you don't get loads of air through it and everything. That is the feed hose, and on here you've got two pipes. That one's your feed for your paint, so you put that in your bucket of paint, and this one is for priming and cleaning. So when you're priming it, paint will come out here and go back into your can, but when you're cleaning you'll use water and it will spray water and you clean it through that. That's handy. A little thing to put the end of the pipe in so it doesn't get paint all over the floor. That feels quite nice, that. Nice 4-finger trigger on it, so you're not just doing that, you use your whole hand, which is good because it gets really tiring. I know when I've been painting lorries and vans and stuff like that, if you're just using 2 fingers, by the time you get to the end of it, your hand is aching. So to be able to use all your fingers, that's a lot easier. Let's just temporarily fit the extension. So that goes onto the gun at that end, and the spray head goes onto there like that. So as you can see, that gives you a longer reach, so ceilings, low down, whatever. Yeah, this is your actual spray nozzle, and has two positions. It's shaped like an arrow. If you point the arrow forward, that's spray, and if you point it to the back, that's for clearing any blockages and things like that. It does actually say on the thing, spray and eject, so I like that, because you don't want to be going looking for the manual halfway through a job. It's handy if the stuff is on the machine. So that's the unit unpacked. We won't actually connect it all together until we're ready to start painting. It's made in China, but you know, what isn't these days? In the box with the gun, you do get a couple of spare filters, a couple of extra gaskets, things like that. That's always handy, because if you do get a blockage halfway through a job, you don't want to be spending ages cleaning it out. It's much easier if you can just pull the filter out, chuck it in a bucket of water, and then put a fresh one in, carry on with the job, and then clean both of them later. So first impressions, it feels really solid. It feels it's metal, it's heavy plastic where it's plastic. Welded construction frame. Yeah, it feels really nice. It's got instructions printed on the actual levers and knobs and things like that, so you don't have to keep referring to the manual, although obviously read the manual properly, understand it as best you can. But yeah, can't wait to try this now. Let's get this inside, we'll get some paint, and we'll see what we can do. Right, before we paint that room, I just want to put a dust cover over this doorway. Well, all I've got is a dust door, just a sheet with a zipper in it, so you can walk through if you need to. These are about €4, so not a lot. Just check it's big enough first. Oh, just. It comes with loads of double-sided tape. Right, I won't actually be using the door function of it because I can get around the other side. But if you were, all you do, you just unzip it like that, go through, and then close it back up after you. Got to mask all this off, we'll mask the window off. The doors are going to just get painted. They're not permanent doors, but it'll just neaten them up until we get the chance to change them. Previously, when I used to spray cars and stuff, I'd always use newspapers, but we don't get newspapers here. So, I had to actually buy some masking paper. It absolutely killed me. But, yeah, just comes on a roll, brown paper. You can get plastic ones as well, and it has some masking tape on one edge. So you just put that on, overlap it as many times as you need. Alright, let's get on with this. With the windows, I find it's easier if you put the masking tape on first, and then you just fill in the gaps with the paper, rather than trying to get the paper on the edge. Just a bit more controllable. So. The other end just connects to the gun. So, this is a guard, but what it does is, in that position it'll do your horizontal fan, and in that position it'll do your vertical fan. So if you want to go side to side, have it that way. If you want to go up and down, have it that way. Simple enough, and you can change it in the middle of the job, and yeah, just turns by hand. Right, let's get this primed and filled. And we need a bucket of water. Because this is brand new, there's a fair chance it's got some storage fluid in it. So what we're going to do, we're going to clean it out with just refresh water, nice clean water, and an empty bucket. So, take your pickup hose, put your pickup hose in the water, the other hose in the empty bucket. Take the feed hose out of the water and put in the paint. This is white emulsion paint being thinned down about 10%. And then you just repeat the priming process. There we go. Cleaning is basically the same as priming it. So take the tube out of the water, out of the paint into water, put the prime tube in a waste bucket, turn the knob to prime and the lever down to prime. Okay, that's come through fairly clean now. So just change the lever to spray and do a medium spray, should do it. And right, that's as clean as that's going to get by flushing it out. So what we'll do, we'll strip this gun down now and we'll clean it properly with fresh water. We'll also flush out the pressure hose. But yeah, otherwise, it's done a good job. Yeah, crack piece of kit. I mean, this would have took me an hour or so to do, and the actual spraying took me 10-15 minutes. It took a bit longer to mask up the stuff, but yeah, easy enough. It's made it a lot easier because there's nothing in this room to worry about. The floors are going to get covered. The skating boards are actually, they're not wood, they're concrete or cement. So they're going to get tiled once we put the floor tiles down, and we'll do an upstandard tile. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Alright, let's go and clean this up. Very important that this little nozzle bit is very clean. This is the bit that creates the spray. If you look at the end, there's like the top on an aerosol can. There's one of them just here. And if that gets any dirt in it at all, it just won't work. So, use the little brush that you supply, give it a really good clean. Do the back of it as well, not just the front. Give it a good flush out with fresh water. So again, just a little brush, bit of water. If you're using a gloss paint, you'll have to use thinners or tapes or something like that. But for water-based paint, just clean it all with water. And always do this as soon as you've finished, because if you leave it, it just gets harder and harder to clean. When you're happy with it, again, give it a flush off with clean water. Alright, with the gun, your guard will come loose, like that. Undo the handle, and inside there's a filter. There we go. The handle itself is just like a tube, so that can just be flushed through. Yeah, that's the room, all painted. We've done a quick coat on the likes of the doors. These are in temporary. We will be replacing them with farmhouse tile doors that we've done before. But they work at the moment, so we're just neatening them up with a bit of paint. Same paint that's on the walls, just painted on. And one thing it has done is show up any defects, obviously. So I'll go round and I'll do a little bit of filling. There's some cracks here I want to fill out, and then we'll just touch up with some white paint with a brush or a roller. But yeah, the actual spraying process was really, really good. Very similar to doing cars, so I was comfortable with it. Just make sure that when you're doing it, if you do it, you overlap by about 50% on each pass. And once you've done one way, just quickly go the opposite direction and it gets rid of any banding. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the sprayer. We'll be using that a lot. So thank you very much, Vevor. There's a code for like 5% off, and the sort of link and everything will be in the description. Yeah, unfortunately we're not getting anything out of this if you buy anything, but if you get 5% off, that's great. You know, if you want to go and buy one, go for it. It's worth it. I can't remember the price offhand, but if you're doing a lot of painting and you can mask everything up, or if you've got furniture in there, you can use the likes of plastic dust sheets. They're only a couple of quid and they'll cover half a room. So it's not difficult to do. The other advantage of using the sprayer is I'm really, really clean. I mean, I don't know if anybody watches Life by Living, but I am Victoria clean. I really am. Anybody who watches it, you'll know what I mean. If anybody who hasn't watched it, go and have a look. Life by Living. It's a young couple who are doing a little stone cottage in Portugal, and really, really good videos. So go and give them a watch. That's enough for this week. And I'm gonna. It's been 34 degrees, and working at all in this weather is a nightmare. Especially stuck in a little room where I've closed all the doors off and spraying away. Right, I'm going to sign off now. As usual, all your comments, brilliant. Keep them coming. Questions, advice, it's all really appreciated. See you again next week. Bye.